Hey everyone, welcome to today's YouTube video. My topic today is a pretty fun one. We're going to be comparing two of the best colleges in the entire United States, two of the most prestigious colleges in the US, and two of the best colleges in terms of their location. We're going to be talking about USC and UCLA, the battle of the two best colleges, or two of the three best colleges in Los Angeles, and for most of you, two of the only practical college options if you're not super into technology or engineering, with Caltech, obviously. So USC and UCLA are both great schools, and we're going to dive in and look at things like the academic experience, the location, sports and extracurricular activities, and other options on campus in terms of campus life, financial aid, what it takes to get in, and much, much more. So stay tuned and enjoy the YouTube video. Now, one next piece to look at is student and campus life. And so in terms of sports and extracurricular activities, right, let's talk about sports first, because both USC and UCLA are huge spectator sport colleges, right? So USC has a really, really powerful and awesome football team, right? They've won 11 national championships. They've produced 7 Heisman Trophy winners. They've produced also tens of millions of dollars of under-the-table payments to football players, as evidenced by Reggie Bush's experience. But setting that aside, they have a really, really great football team. But USC is actually a great athletic school beyond its football team, right? In fact, USC alumni have a lot of Olympic medals, right? More than any other US college. And USC also has one of the historically great college baseball teams, which, believe it or not, is actually a sport. I think most people mostly know men's basketball, sort of men's football. But most people don't know that there is actually a huge college baseball scene in certain parts of the country, the West Coast and the southern United States. So from that perspective, USC actually has great teams. And they actually have one of the best women's basketball teams in the history of the sport. Clarissa Miller, I believe is her name, was one of the first great women's basketball players, and she was a USC athlete. But basketball is actually really more UCLA speed. So whereas USC's won those 11 national football championships, UCLA has won 11 national basketball championships, right? A lot of them happened in the 60s and 70s, if we're being candid, right? The recent history of UCLA has been, okay, plus or minus how you feel about Lonzo Ball, his dad, and the entire Big Baller brand. But UCLA men's basketball is really a program with a strong history and a strong tradition. The football team is weaker, right? Just candidly, they have a rivalry between USC and UCLA. They're actually rivals in football and basketball, and UCLA crushes USC in basketball, but USC absolutely destroys UCLA in football. So that's kind of where the balance of power is between those two colleges. And they also have, great sort of teams in other non-spectator sports, such as water polo, both men's and women's, which do really, really well at UCLA. UCLA also has a good baseball program, not quite on the level of USC, though. Next up, let's talk about extracurricular activities. So there are a ton of student organizations at both of these schools. As a general rule of thumb, at any of these really big colleges, you're going to find an activity for pretty much everything. If you're interested in anime, if you're interested in, business, consulting, economics, health professions, even if you're interested in tiddlywinks, you might actually find a club at UCLA or USC. I haven't checked that, but potentially, right? Playing bridge, hey, maybe there's a club at both those schools. Who knows, right? But there's more than 1,000 student organizations at both these campuses, and chances are you're either going to find an organization for something that you're interested in, or you're going to be able to find enough fellow students on campus to create a club for something that you're interested in. So there's definitely no shortage of things to do on campus. USC is a private school. It does have a little bit more money. It has a little bit more resources per student. So from that perspective, you do see that USC's clubs can sometimes be a little bit better funded. Maybe the facilities are a little bit better in terms of space and things like that. But it's nothing crazy, right? There's not a huge gap in terms of the normal extracurricular activities. But one key difference is fraternities and sororities, where at USC, they're absolutely critical to the social scene, right? There's more than 60 fraternities and sororities. It's about 20% of the student body, right? Whereas at UCLA, it's about 13% of the undergraduate population. So both of these are schools where, Greek life is genuinely important and call it vital to the social scene. But the vast majority of students are not in Greek life. So it is possible to have a good time, to party, to party in a legally appropriate way, but party. and do all kinds of fun stuff, even if you're not part of Greek life at both these schools. All right, folks, and with that wraps up our comparison of USC and UCLA. As always, we post pretty much daily here on the College Vine YouTube channel, so if you haven't had a chance already, be sure to hit the like button, be sure to subscribe, be sure to hit the bell icon to get notifications every time we go on air, every time we post a new video. We're going to be posting a lot more videos just like this. Definitely stay tuned for future videos from College Vine's YouTube, and if you haven't already, and if you're trying to navigate the admissions process right now, definitely be sure to go to collegevine.com. Sign up for a free account. It's 100% free. You're getting a ton of awesome resources and features, all advice that I and our team here at College Vine have put hours and hours and hours into building. So definitely go sign up for an account at collegevine.com if you haven't already. And good luck with the admissions process. You're applying in 2020. It's a really tough year. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes, but I'm going to do my best to give you advice and assistance to help you navigate the admissions process. Thanks. See y'all later.